Welcome, class of 2025. You're almost seniors. Can you believe it? It's that time of year for us to talk about course selections for next school year. And so we'll be covering information in regards to your upcoming senior year. The presentation will cover the counseling team, important dates, high school requirements and college eligibility requirements, the typical 12th grade course load and important things to consider, elective, CTE, AP, and honors courses, and then balance versus burnout, as well as some important links. So the counseling department is as follows. Students with the last names A through CL have Mr. Moa. Ms. Hashimi has students with the last names CM through E, and she's also the college and career counselor. Ms. McEntee Ponce has students with the last names F through HA. I'm Ms. Pacheco, and I have students with the last names HB through LEB. Ms. Torres has students with the last names LEE through O. Ms. Maloney has students with the last names P through SOL. Ms. Tran has students with the last name SOM through Z. Ms. Yu is our support counselor. And then we have our registrar, Ms. Dial, our ROP specialist, Ms. Gill, and then our counseling secretary is Ms. Strouch and Ms. Anna Malai. So important dates. The scheduling, the course selection window will be from Friday, February 2nd at midnight through Friday, February 9th at 11:59 p.m. Students and families will be able to enter course selections in Student View. Directions on how to select classes will be provided to students and families the end of January after we receive our training from Synergy. Student access question and answer sessions will be Wednesday, January 24th, 25th, and January 31st, as well as Thursday the 1st, 7th, and 8th. And students can sign up in FlexiSched to have your questions answered by the counseling department. Our curriculum fair is Monday, January 22nd in the large gym from 6 to 8 p.m. We encourage you to attend and get any questions about specific courses answered and to talk to teachers about the classes you're interested in taking. Some additional important dates. We have the Rising 10th to 11th grade question and answer session. That is also Monday night, January 22nd. It's in the multipurpose room. Session 1 is from 5:45 to 6:45, and session 2 is 6:55 to 7:55. Counselors will be available to answer course questions. So please come bring your questions. You're welcome to come to the session, ask your question, and then leave. Or you can stay for the whole session if you'd like to hear the answers to other people's questions. Middle college information night. There are 2 nights that you can choose from. The first one is Wednesday, January 24th. The second one is Tuesday, January 30th. At Las Positas, it's from 6 to 7:30, and the middle college information flyer is linked in this document. Pleasanton Virtual Academy will be taking applications between February 2nd and February 9th for the 2024-25 school year. You can complete their application. It's available on their website. Course selection confirming email. In March, families will receive an email confirming course selections for the 2024-2025 school year. Please note that there are going to be limited times to request a schedule change, so please make sure that you take your time to really think about the courses that you feel like would be the best fit for you, and be mindful while you're selecting your courses for next school year. Comparative subject requirements. So I'm going to cover the graduation requirements and then the requirements for the UCs and CSUs. So for graduation, students need 3.5 years of history or social science. That's the semester of global studies they took freshman year, the year of world history they took as sophomores, the year of US history that they're taking this year, and then next year they need to take a semester of civics and a semester of econ. For the UCs and CSUs, they require 2 years of history, 1 year of world history and 1 year of US history. The global studies and the civics and econ will all count as your college prep elective. So by meeting the requirement for graduation, you're actually meeting 2 subject area requirements for college admissions. Just a reminder that D minus or above grades count for graduation. C minus and above grades count for UC-CSU admissions. If you need to remediate a course because you got a D or F in a course, you could go to our summer school or through our Saturday Academy to remediate those courses. We'll talk a little bit about that later. You need 4 years of English in order to graduate, 4 years of English for UC-CSU admissions. For math, you need 2 years of math. 1 year must be algebra or its equivalent. If you took algebra your freshman year, you met the algebra requirement, and then sophomore year, if you did math 2 or course 1 or geometry or honors geometry, that would count as your second year. If you took algebra 1 as an 8th grader, then you've already met the algebra requirement. And then if you took geometry or honors geometry your freshman year, that would be your first year of math. And then your sophomore year, you would have taken either Algebra 2 or Honors Algebra 2, and that would meet your 2-year math requirement for graduation. For the UCs and CSUs, they require 3 years of math, the Algebra 1, the Geometry, and the Algebra 2. The UCs recommend a 4th year, which would be pre-calculus. Most of the UCs and CSUs do use as one of their factors for admissions now, whether students have gone, beyond the minimum subject requirement. So they are looking to see if you've gone past the minimum subject requirement in their specific subject areas. There are other paths that you can take in order to meet the 3-year math requirement, and I'll be covering more information on math and the different pathways and options on the math slide. For science, you need 2 years of math. Science, you need 2 years of science, 1 year of a life science, which is biology, 1 year of a physical science, which could be earth and space science, could be physics, could be chem. So those are our entry-level science courses. And then for the UCs and CSUs, they require 2 years of a science, 1 year of a life science, and again, that would be biology, 1 year of a physical science with the lab, and that would be earth and space science, chem, or physics. For your 3rd year, it could be from either category, and we have a lot of science courses that students can choose from. Language other than English. So for graduation purposes, you either need 1 year of a language other than English or world language, or 1 year of a visual performing art, or 1 year of a career technical education class. For UCs and CSUs, they require 2 years of the same language and recommend 3 years. If you took Spanish 1A and 1B in middle school, that would count as 1 year. And then if you took Spanish 2 your freshman year, that would be year 2, and Spanish 3 your junior year, that would be year 3. VAPA, or Visual Performing Art. For graduation, you either need 1 year of a VAPA, or 1 year of a language other than English, or 1 year of a career technical education course. So used to it being called college and career technical education course. UCs and CSUs require 1 year of a visual performing art or a VAPA. Sometimes students don't have room in their schedules until their senior year to take their visual performing art. If you're planning on applying to a UC and or CSU, please make sure that you sign up for a visual performing art class your senior year if you haven't taken a VAPA class yet. There I go again. Career Technical Education, CTE. You need either 1 year of a CTE class or 1 year of a language other than English or 1 year of a visual performing arts for graduation. A CTE course is not required for UC or CSU. However, most of the CTE classes count as either a college prep elective or will fall into one of the other subject areas that the UCs and CSUs require. So it may be a fourth year of math, it could be maybe a third year of science. You're going to want to go to the UC A through G list. You can type in Amador Valley High School as a school, and it will list the courses that are UC approved and will let you know what subject area that the course falls under. For PE, you need 2 years of PE in order to graduate, not a requirement for UC-CSU. All students were required to take PE their freshman year. Sometimes students don't have room in their schedule to take it again until their senior year. So we see a lot of seniors that end up taking their second year of PE. So just keep in mind, if you haven't completed those 20 credits of PE yet, make sure you're signing up for a PE course. Health, you need 1 semester of health in order to graduate. You took that freshman year. It's not required by UC-CSU, but it will count as a college prep elective. Electives for graduation. So elective credits are considered anything beyond the minimum graduation requirement. So anything that doesn't fall into another category. So leadership, AVID, yearbook, journalism, those would all count as electives. Or if you've gone beyond the minimum subject requirement. So for instance, if you've done 2 years of math, that's the minimum requirement for graduation. So if you've done a third year of math or a third year of science, that would go down under electives for graduation. Or if you've done 1 year of a world language, any additional years of world language, and visual performing art would also go down under electives. So as long as you're taking different classes each year and as long as you're passing everything, earning those 80 credits should not be a problem. For UCs and CSUs, they do require 1 year of a college prep elective. Like I said before, the civics, the econ, the global studies, and the health will count as college prep elective. But in addition to that, a fourth year of math, a third year of science, a third year of world language would also meet that category as well. So you need 230 credits to graduate. You need 15 courses to be eligible, 15 courses completed in order to be eligible for UC and CSU. For grades, a D- or above counts for graduation. A C- or above counts for UC and CSU admissions. Testing, there's no testing requirement for graduation, and the UCs and CSUs have done away with the SATs or ACTs for admission, so there's no testing requirement there either. Community service, 20 hours of community service need to be completed during high school. You can turn that in starting your senior year. Usually you have until the beginning of April to get it turned in. You have to turn it in before you can buy your senior ball tickets, just as a heads up. And there is a website on the Amador, there's a link on the Amador website for community service. So it has a list of the approved organizations. It has a list of upcoming community service activities. It also has the paperwork that you need to complete and get signed off on before you turn in. And these 20 hours can be completed anytime during high school. So after the first day of your freshman year, you can start counting those 20 hours for graduation. For UCs and CSUs, there's not a requirement to have any community service. However, most, if not all, colleges expect you to do community service during your time in high school. And there is a spot on the applications to list any community service activities, hours on your applications. So the typical 12th grade course load, you have to take English, that's required. You have to take civics and econ, that's required as well. Most students are taking the next level of math. Math 4 would be the class that you would want to take if you've done the Math 2 and Math 3. The Math 4 allows you to meet the minimum math requirement for UC and CSU admissions. Some students might be taking pre-cal or calculus, and we'll go ahead and cover the different pathways for math as soon as the math slide comes up. You may be taking your language other than English course to meet that requirement either for graduation or college admissions. And then also you could take an elective or a CTE course or a VAPA. Some students might be taking a science or another elective. And like I said, a lot of times seniors are taking PE. So PE or another elective. So again, this is just a sample schedule. It's going to vary from student to student depending on the individual student's needs, what their goals are, and if you are planning on meeting the requirements for graduation, which you all are, and for four-year college if that is the path that you decide to take after graduation. So 7-period day. Students enrolling in the following courses are eligible to sign up for a 7-period day. So those are students that are in music classes such as band, orchestra, and choir, students enrolled in leadership, students enrolled in AVID, students taking a CTE course or an ROP course. English options. So there are a lot of different English options senior year. It's a little bit different than in previous years. So I'm just going to give you kind of a Cliff Note version of English. Your English options, usually the junior teachers will go over a little more in depth with you. And then you'll also have the opportunity, we'll be sharing the PowerPoints with you so you can go back and read the description and which courses or which books they cover and what they read. The first option is expository reading and writing. We call it XPOS for short. This course was created by the CSUs to help better prepare students for freshman college English. So it's a popular class that a lot of students sign up for. Here is a list of the different books that they cover in expository reading and writing. African American Lit. African American Lit is an English class here at Amador, and they read books and plays and poems by African American authors. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more about African American culture and finding and reading more books about books written, by African American authors, you are welcome to sign up for this course. And if you have a question about what specific books they read in this class, we certainly can help you get that information, or you can reach out to the teacher that teaches the course. Literature and the Dynamics of Social Justice. This class is a lot of times just called Lit and Social Justice for short. They cover different topics about social injustices, like the Holocaust. And so here are a list of the books that are covered in that class. So if you're interested in finding out more about subjects that cover different historical injustices or current injustices, you can sign up for this class. Advanced Composition and World Lit. Advanced Composition, the first semester, they work on writing essays. I think usually they do a college essay assignment. And then the second semester, they cover World Lit, which is essentially mythology. So you'll see the different works and different books that they read for that particular class. British Lit. British Lit is a class where they cover books written by British authors. So if you have an interest in reading works written by British poets or British artists, or authors, I should say, you can sign up for this class. AP English Lit. So AP English Lit is our college level English class. It's going to be more challenging. They're going to go a little bit more in depth on some of the subject areas. There's going to be more writing. This has a list of the texts and novels that the class covers. So if you're interested in taking an AP course, AP English Literature is an option for you. So civics and econ. So students are required to take 1 semester of civics and 1 semester of econ. Civics is how the government works. Econ is how the economy works. So you have to take a semester each. And then you also have the option of taking AP Gov and AP Macro. Obviously, it's a college level class, so it's going to be more rigorous. They're going to go a little bit more in depth in both subject areas, and then it will help prepare you for your AP tests. Math options. So here are the math pathways. So for 11th grade, if you are in Math 3, you're going to take Math 4 next year. The Algebra, Math 2, Math 3, Math 4 sequence will cover the Geometry, Algebra 2 in 3 years instead of 2 years. It's UC approved. And then for if you're in Algebra 2, this year, you can look at going into pre-cal or honors pre-cal next year. If you're in course 2, which covers the second semester of Algebra 2 and the year of pre-cal, then you can take either Calculus, AP Calc AB, or AP Calc BC. AB covers 2 semesters of college calculus. BC covers 3 semesters of college calculus. And then pre-cal or honors pre-cal, you would go into AP Calculus AB or AP Calculus BC. And again, Calculus AB covers 2 semesters of college calculus. BC covers 3 semesters of college calculus. If you are in AP Calc BC, you could go into AP Stat, or if you're wanting to continue in the sequence, you can sign up for multivariable. Math course descriptions. So I'm not going to go into the specific descriptions of each class, but we've got the Math 4, we've got pre-cal, we've got honors pre-cal. And again, Calculus, AP Calc AB, and AP Calc BC. Also AP Stat and multivariable. Science options. So for life science, you have biology, principles of biomed, which you have to have taken biology or be concurrently enrolled in biology concurrently enrolled in biology and take principles of biomed science. And then the Project Lead the Way courses need to be taken in sequence. So the principles of biomedical sciences first, then it's the honors human body systems, then it's honors medical intervention. So you'd have to take them in order. You do have the option of AP Bio, Zoology, Anatomy. We have also AP Environmental Science, and then honors Environmental Sustainability. So you have a bunch of different science options to choose from. And then physical science options: Earth and Space, Science, Chemistry, Physics, AP Chem, AP Physics. Again, check to see what the recommended or if there's a required prereq. And then elective options. It's important. Elective options are just as important as core requirements. And so we would encourage you to take classes that you're interested in and find out if it's an area maybe that you might want to pursue in terms of your major or your job. And high school is a good time to kind of find out what your areas of interest are and see what you want to pursue in the future. So many choices. So for world language, the options are sign language, Chinese, which is Mandarin. French, Japanese, Korean, which is usually taught through PVA, and Spanish. For English, there's creative writing, debate, journalism, yearbook, publications, which is yearbook, visual performing art, there's art, ceramics, digital arts, drama, band, choir, orchestra, photography, theater production, video production, and more. So if you need that visual performing art requirement, you're going to want to take one of those courses. CTE and ROP courses. So some examples of that are computer science, culinary skills, intro to engineering, intro to criminal justice, sportsman, and more. And then for other courses, we've got leadership, AVID, TA, We the People. These courses usually require an application and our interview process. So TA, you're really taking the form to the teacher to get it signed the first day of school. You'll select TA teacher as one of your 6 classes. AVID has an application. It's rare for AVID to take a new student as a senior. It's usually in a younger grade, but leadership in We the People. The We the People do take applications and usually have an interview process. The We the People class is our U.S. Constitution class. It's a weighted honors course. And as you probably know, our We the People students usually do really well in the state competition and then at the national level. A couple years ago, we came in first in the nation, which is the second time in Amador's history to place first in the nation for the We the People competition. So it's a very rigorous and intense competition. And yeah, our students usually do typically really well. So that's a great class to apply to if you're interested in finding out and learning more about the Constitution. I would encourage you to apply for that class. This is not an exhaustive list, but this is the link for the 2025 12th grade course selection sheet. You can click there and it will list all the courses that are available to you to select from. And then there's the course video and information sheet as well, so that you can click on that, watch the videos, and find out more information about courses. New courses, so Honors Computing Integrated Marketing is a Project Lead the Way class. They are submitting it as a honors college prep class, meaning that they're applying to the UCs to see if they can get the weighted GPA for it. Anytime there's a new class, we have to submit it to get approved. And so the window usually opens in February, and then hopefully we know by August whether the class is approved or not, and we can certainly let you know at that point whether the course is approved or not. The Honors Environmental Sustainability class is the second year class after AP Environmental Science. Also a new class for us, also a Project Lead the Way, and also being submitted as an honors college prep class to UC for approval. CTE, Internship Work-Based Learning Fieldwork, is a new course that's going to be offered next year as well. Work experience is a class that is also offered. If you are interested in finding out more information about the class, you can click on the video, go to the website, and then you can also fill out the interest form. Career technical education courses. So these courses, usually they have some that are in a sequence or multiple courses in a particular subject area or umbrella, like arts and media or education and family services. So usually you have to take a 2-period class, which is a capstone, or take 2 classes or 3 in a sequence with the capstone class. So if you're interested in pursuing a particular field, it's great to take courses within that field to find out if that is something that you're interested in and want to pursue. Honors versus AP courses. So honors courses are more rigorous than regular college prep classes, but are not considered college level like AP courses. Some honors courses do not have an extra GPA boost. However, colleges will take into consideration the increase in rigor. So it's one of the criteria that the colleges look at for admissions. And then advanced placement courses are designated by the College Board are fast-paced and rigorous. C- or better in AP courses earn a GPA point. D and F grades do not. Example, an A for an AP course is worth 5 points, a B in an AP course is worth 4 points, and a C in an AP course is worth 3 points. In a college prep class or a non-weighted honors course, an A is worth 4, a B is worth 3, and a C is worth 2 when it comes to GPA. Scores on AP exams at the end of the year may earn you college credits. You take your AP test in May, and then depending on your score, depending on the course, depending on the college, you could earn college credits for the course. For UCs and CSUs, they only factor in 8 semesters, 4-year-long classes of weighted courses into their GPA calculation. How do I sign up to be a TA if I want to be a TA next year? If you would like to be a TA next school year, you still must select TA as one of your courses for your 6th period day. When we return from summer break in August, you must obtain a TA form from the counseling office, find a TA who will agree to take you on as their TA and sign off the form, have your parents sign it, and then drop it off at the counseling desk. And again, make sure you select TA teacher as one of your courses. How do I petition for a 5-period day? So if you have enough credits in order to graduate with a 5-period day, then you would fill out the request for reduced day form. You will get an email copy sent back to you. You need to print it out. You sign it. Your parent signs it. You let us know if you want to have an unscheduled 1st or 6th period, and then you would drop that off at the front desk. Because Synergy is a new program to us, we're checking to see if you would select like an unscheduled 1st period or 6th period, or if it would be called open period. So we just need to see, once we get trained on Synergy for course selections for next school year, what the title of the course would be for you to select. So once we know that information, we will share it with you and then help you with the course selection process. Middle college. So middle college is usually a 2-year program up at Las Positas, and students take their courses together so students from Pleasanton, Livermore, and Dublin are admitted into the program, and they do English and history together, so it'd be civics and econ, and then a period of AVID, and then they get to pick their other 2 or 3 classes from Las Positas courses. They said that they might have 2 or 3 spots for a senior for next school year, so not a lot of room, but if you're interested in finding out more about the program, they're having a middle college night on a Wednesday, January 24th, and Tuesday, January 30th, from 6 to 7 p.m. at Las Positas. The middle college information flyer is linked in here so that when you get a chance to go back and click on the PowerPoint, you can go ahead and pull up the middle college information flyer. The benefits of middle college, you're in the community college community. You're able to complete college units while you're still in high school. Again, you have a chance to explore interests and career pathways. So those are all positive things. When you're doing your course selections, just want to make sure that you don't burn yourself out. So again, we're going to be talking about the importance of school life balance. As counselors, we're always looking out for you for that, students. So keeping in mind your academic load and then making sure that you have healthy relationships and time for them, that you have time to sleep, you have time to exercise, you have time to eat. Looking out again for your general health. And we want you to pick a course load that is appropriate for you. So, it meets your goals, which would be graduation, most likely for your college eligibility, and things that you're interested in. So the courses you need and the ones that would be a good fit for you. So what you're going to want to do is think about how it's gone for grades 9, 10, and 11. So has it been too easy, too challenging? How have you done in your classes? Have you done better or worse than expected? What was your time commitment? Did you get enough sleep? What did you sacrifice to be successful? What are your other commitments? So, do you do clubs and sports and band? Do you have a job? Do you take care of siblings? So, again, there's only 24 hours in a day, and club, sports, and band take up time, although very important, to do things that you enjoy and spend time with others. Um, if you have a lot of extracurriculars, then maybe you lighten up your course load, or maybe you cut back on a couple extracurriculars and your course load. So you just really need to see what your course load looks like, what commitments you have outside of school, and how do you balance that. So really, the colleges are looking for 2 to 3 extracurricular activities that you're consistently involved in. They like to see a leadership piece in that. For academics, they're looking for 5 academic courses. And you have a 6-period day, so something to keep in mind there too. Ask yourself these questions before selecting classes. What do I like about school? What if I take one less rigorous course? Will my other grades improve? What are my priorities, and what am I willing to sacrifice? And then balance versus burnout. So ideally, we would be the graph on the left and slowly increase our level of rigor while maintaining our grades and doing really well in those classes. And we know that the reality is we're human. We learn things sometimes through trial and error. And so, although it'd be great if we were all the graph on the left, the reality is a lot of times we learn by trial and error, and sometimes we end up being the chart on the right. So we've increased the rigor too much. We didn't do as well in our classes. Now we're trying it again. We're not sure if that's going to work out. So really, we're just looking to try to find that right balance. And I think usually by the time you're a senior, you've learned from grades 9, 10, and 11, and you kind of know what the expectations are and what you can handle. Senior year, the colleges are looking for you to maintain the same level of difficulty. Now, with that being said, if your junior year was way too much, that doesn't make sense. But you can't go into your senior year if you're looking at going straight to a 4-year and thinking like, oh, I'm going to take a really easy schedule. You're going to want to make sure that you're still challenging yourself. But again, balancing it and making sure that you're taking the appropriate schedule for you, whatever that looks like, because for everyone, that's a little bit different. Updating your 4-year plan and balance. So, you're going to want to review the courses you've taken up to this point. And then when you're selecting your senior year classes, you're going to want to make sure that you're meeting the requirements for graduation and 4-year college if you're planning on going to a 4-year. Your transcript and college admissions, I said this a little bit before, where they're looking at 5 academic colleges or 5 academic classes for all 4 years of high school. They may recalculate your GPA after your first and second semester of your senior year. So not only do you need to maintain the level of rigor and not make schedule changes that semester, but you also need to maintain that GPA. A balanced load and trends. So are you continuing to do better? Are you continuing overloading yourself and not doing as well? Are there blips like, so it's going okay and then not so great and then okay and not so great? Are they explained on your application? Are there classes that show what you might be interested in? So, maybe you're majoring in engineering. Have you had time to take that engineering class? Or maybe you're an art major, have you had a chance to take an art class here at Amador? So just making sure that you're taking the classes that you're interested in and subject areas that you may want to pursue. So if you wanted to get some extra support, how do you go about doing that? So I said earlier in the presentation, the counselors will be available during access for question and answers January 25th, 26th, 31st, and then February 1st, 7th, and 8th were available to answer questions during access. You can schedule an appointment with your counselor, and then you can always drop in during brunch or lunch if you have a quick question. College and Career Center, they put together college rep visits. They organize college and career fairs. Scholarships are posted on the College and Career website. So if you are interested in applying for scholarships, you can go there. They also offer support workshops and then advertise any job or internship opportunities. So the College and Career Center website is a good resource. Our social and emotional support counselor is available if you need any social and emotional support. Of course, your alphabet counselor is happy to help support you as well. Miss Yu is our counselor who doesn't have a caseload, so she's technically a counselor for all 2,600 students, but she specializes in social emotional support. So she is available here on campus, and she's great. Some helpful links and resources. There's a scheduling information link that takes you to our Amador counseling website that has a lot of great information. The program guide will be available to you. It has course offerings and descriptions. There's a 12th grade course selection sheet that you can use to look at to see which courses are offered and available to you. As a 12th grader, there's the ABHS course video slide deck, and live webcast links so you can listen to the different teachers talk about their courses and what you would expect if you took that particular class. There is a link to a 4-year plan template if you want to write up the classes that you've taken up to this point or type them up and then use that to help plan your senior year. There's also Zello, which also has a feature where you can put your 4-year plan in. Synergy Student View is open to for students to select classes. Again, it's going to be Friday, February 2nd at midnight through Friday, February 9th at 11:59 p.m. And there's the link to Student View. Again, we'll get you directions on how to do specifically select classes once we get trained on it in the end of January. Important dates, so course selection window, again, February 2nd at midnight through February 9th at 11:59 p.m. Students and families will be able to enter your course selections through Synergy Student. And then the workshops, again, to get your questions answered with counselors, January 25th, 26th, 31st, February 1st, 8th, and 9th. Counselors will be available to help students during access with their questions around scheduling. Make sure you sign up through FlexiSched and will be in the MP for those workshops. The curriculum fair on January 22nd from 6 to 8 p.m. in the large gym. Teachers will be available to answer questions about their courses. Rising 10th to 12th grade question and answer session is Monday, January 22nd in the MP. Session 1 is 5:45 to 6:45 p.m. Session 2 is 6:55 to 7:55. You can come and get your questions answered during that time. The college information night for juniors video and frequently asked questions will be emailed out to all juniors to be seniors soon. And then middle college information night is either, you can go to either night, Wednesday, January 24th, Tuesday, January 30th, from 6 to 7:30 at Las Positas. And then there is the middle college information flyer. Pleasanton Virtual Academy, if you want to apply to take classes through Pleasanton Virtual Academy or PVA, their window is open February 2nd through the 9th for the 2024-25 school year enrollment, and there's a flyer linked there in case you want more information about it. Course selection confirming email that will be sent out in March. Families will receive an email confirming the course selections for the 2024-25 school year. Again, really think through what courses you want to sign up for, what classes you want to take. There'll be limited opportunities to make changes to those courses you signed up for, so please be mindful when you're looking at your classes for next year that you're signing up for the ones that you need. And thank you so much for listening to the presentation, and the counselors look forward to helping support you through the course selection process.